Hello class, this is a video tutorial on testing inequality solutions. Solutions to an inequality must be true if substituted into, my grammar today, into the original question. So I'll show you what we mean about that through examples. Let's take a look at this example here and we'll solve this inequality. So first we're going to add 2, which gives me 3x is greater than 9. Then we are going to divide by 3. So x is going to be greater than 3, dividing by 3 on both sides. So now it says that if we substitute x is greater than 3 into the original equation, this original should be true. So let's test. I'll write down here. Let's test x is equal to 4, because x is equal to 4 is greater than 3. See? I'll show you. I'll write that in. If I substitute this into 4 is greater than 3, which is coming from here. I'll do this in pencil so you can see. This one is that one there. So I'm picking a number that is greater than 3, so I pick the number 4 because 4 is greater than 3. So now if I substitute this x equals 4 into the original, let's see what happens, okay? So I'm going to go 3 bracket, I'm going to substitute the 4 for x. 3x minus 2 is greater than 7. And let's evaluate this now. This time I can't move anything from either side. Let's take a look. 3 times 4 is 12 minus 2 is greater than 7. So I'm just keeping everything else that hasn't changed. 12 minus 2 is 10 is greater than 7. Is 10 greater than 7? So this is true. Therefore, x is equal to 4 is a solution. Okay, which means this line here, which means this one here, x is greater than 3, is true. That's the one that we want. Now I'll show you what happens if we get a solution that is not true. Okay, so let's say, for example, I already know this is wrong. Let's see if you can find the mistake. Okay, but I know this is a wrong solution. So they're saying x is less than or equal to negative 1/3. So I'm going to pick a number that's less than negative 1/3. Okay, so let's pick the number. Let's test. X is equal to negative 1/3. We'll say negative 5. That is much less than negative 3. Let's test this. Okay, just to test it, I'll show you. Negative 5 is indeed less than or equal to negative 1/3. Okay, and again, once again, where this comes from is here. So I'm picking a number to test, negative 5. I'm going to substitute this back into my original equation. Okay, so let's take a look. 7. There it is, 7 minus 3, but I'm going to substitute x equals negative 5. Negative 5 is less than or equal to 8. Nothing happens to the 7. Look what happens here. Negative 3 times negative 5. Well, 3 times 5 is 15. But it's negative 3 times negative 5, so it's going to be positive 15 is less than or equal to 8. What is 7 plus 15? Isn't that 22? is 22 less than or equal to 8? This here is false. Therefore, x is equal to -5 is not a solution, which also means that therefore x is less than and equal to -3. So this solution that we got here is false. That's not what we want. Okay, just to show you what happened, I'm going to take this equation again. So I'll write it out again. Let's see, 7 minus 3x minus less than or equal to 8. And let's solve this equation. Watch. We're going to subtract 7, so we get -3x is less than or equal to 1. Then we're going to divide by -3. And remember, when we divide by a negative, this inequality flips, so it's going to become greater than or equal to 1/3, -1/3. Now, if we test this, let's test a number bigger than 1/3, -1/3. Let's test x is equal to 5. That's much bigger than -1/3. Let's substitute that back into our original here. Let's take a look. 7 minus 3 times 5 is less than or equal to 8. Multiplying it out, 3 times 5 is 15, but it's a -3 times 5, so it's -15 is less than 8. This here will give me -8 is less than or equal to 8, and that there is true. Therefore, x is equal to 5 is a solution, which also means, therefore, this solution that we found, x is greater than or equal to -1/3, is true. That is the true solution. Okay, and I hope you saw also why we have to flip the sign here. Because if we don't flip the sign, like what happened here, we get a false solution. Whereas here we did flip the sign and we get a true solution here. Okay, so I hope that helped you, and best of luck to you all.